never lose in trading after you change this one thing. And no, it's not a strategy tweak. It's not an indicator. It's not a secret of price section. It's your glasses. It's the reason why you feel like shit during drawdowns. The reason why you beat yourself up after taking losses. The reason why you ruminate after the trade on how you could be so silly, how you can be so dumb, how you could make the same mistake. It's all your glasses. And in today's video, I'll be at least attempting to change the glasses that you're wearing and give you some new ones, because once you change these glasses, you'll never take a loss again. And this ain't clickbait, this ain't some wild claim, it's true, man. So in this video, I'll be giving you at least 3 to 4 ways that you can change your glasses and never lose again in trading. So let's get into it, man. Now, for those of you that don't wear glasses, and for those of you that even do wear glasses, you're thinking, what the fuck is this guy talking about glasses? Like, but when I say glasses, what I mean is your perspective. Your perspective is the lens through which you view trading, the lens through which you view the world, the lens through which you view life, money, everything. The glasses that you're wearing is your perspective. And the reason why this is so important is because the way you look at things determines how you experience them. Your perspective literally defines how you emotionally experience certain events. It's the same reason why certain people, or you can have 2 people experience the same thing, the same event, see the exact same thing, but when you ask them what happened or ask them how it made you feel, like they'll give you 2 different answers based on, you know, their life, their programming, their mindset, their identity, but mainly their perspective. So the reason why changing your perspective and changing your glasses results to never losing in trading is because once you change your perspective and you see losses clearly for what they are, then they're no longer losses. You no longer experience losses as a bad thing. And this is why the video is titled How to Never Lose, because even if you do lose money, based on your perspective, the way you experience it is the opposite. You actually see it as a gain. Some of you may be confused, but you know, that goes into my first point of this video. And you know, losses are only one of 3 things. A loss is either just a normal part of the probabilities of the market. There's no strategy, there's no way of trading that is 100% strike rate. Like every single trading strategy, every single methodology has room for error and is susceptible to the normal probabilities of the market. So that's the first point. The second point is that a loss is an opportunity for you to learn about yourself or to learn about your strategy. And the third thing that a loss is just another opportunity for you to exercise your neutrality, to exercise your ability to detach from trading outcomes. Those are the only 3 things that losses are. And to expand on that second point of an opportunity, once you put on those glasses to see losses as an opportunity to learn about yourself, an opportunity to gain insights into your trading methodology, then losses no longer become a bad thing. Because if you have the desire to be the best trader that you can possibly be, then you know that you're going to have to improve your weaknesses. You know you're going to have to know your strategy, know your edge inside out. You know you're going to have to keep refining, and this continuous improvement and iteration of your processes and yourself. And the only way you can do that is by taking losses. So it's like, if you want to grow and improve as a trader, as a person, then you know that you're going to have to make mistakes. You know you're going to have to take losses, because that's going to cause you to introspect, to look inside of yourself and to look at your strategy, to look at the markets. And then you're going to make improvements, tweaks, refine, and get better and grow. And in the future, take less losses because of that first initial loss. So I hope you're starting to see now how losses are actually a great thing. And that's only the first point of it that I'm covering in this video, is to start seeing losses as a good thing. Start seeing adversity, start seeing, drawdowns, start seeing big losses, all of these things as blessings in disguise. Start seeing them as a package of growth. As I always love to say, adversity is a package of growth. Adversity is a prerequisite to growth. Sometimes you have to take certain losses, big losses or big drawbacks or big setbacks for you to then introspect, for you to then go inside of yourself and see, how can I improve from this? What mistakes did I make so I don't have to make them again? In order for you to grow, you have to go through those losses. So that's the first point, is seeing losses as a key to growth. See losses as an accelerator of your trading trajectory. I wouldn't be half the trader that I am today if I didn't endure so many losses. Now, I've been trading for nearly 5 years now, and for the first 2.5 years, I was just, losing more than I was winning. And not only did that cause a lot of pain, but it made me introspect. It made me stop trying to make money, or stop having the desire to make money because I was losing so much, to the desire of, let me become the best trader I can possibly be so that losses don't happen as much. And then once you change your overall desire and the reason why you're even trading in the first place, to be the best trader you can be, then you naturally start to accept the losses as just a natural part of your journey, and how you can actually get to that desire of becoming the best trader you can be. And truly becoming the best trader you can be is not an end destination. It's a continuous thing. It's a continuous responsibility, which links to my favorite saying, like, self-mastery is a journey, not a destination. There's no finish line. There's no point where you've made it. It's a continuous strive and a continuous refinement, a continuous path. And when you truly make self-mastery and being your best self and being the best trader you can possibly be, when you make that your goal or your main life desire, it doesn't even have to be trading. It can just be in general. You just want to be a master of self. You want to be a master of your mind, body, and emotions. When you make that your goal in life, then it's you're continuously moving towards something that doesn't have a finish line. So everything that can help you along the way to contribute to that goal, it just you latch onto it and you cling to it. So getting back into trading, the second way that you can change your glasses so that losses no longer happen in trading from a perspective point of view is even changing the words winning and losing. You see, for many of us, I'm 22, so for 20 plus years of my life, and whoever you are watching this, for most of the years of your life, there's just been nothing but positive associations with winning and negative associations with losing. So naturally, coming into trading, we bring in that mindset or those associations of winning being a good thing and losing being a bad thing. And this, of course, can come from subconscious programming. It can come from beliefs. It can come from life experiences you've had revolving around winning, revolving around losing, that can actually impact your performance in the moment. But the reason why even changing those words to profit or expense is so amazing for becoming detached from losing in the first place is that it takes any emotion out of the words. Even when you say loss or losing, I don't know if it's just me and my language, but even when I say losing, towards the end of the word, it the volume reduces. It sounds kind of almost negative. But when I say winning, it's even then, when I say winning, the volume of the end of the word goes up. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but there's just natural subconscious positive associations with winning and negative associations with losing. And because of that, in trading, that can impact our decision making. You know, if you've just taken a loss, that feels like a hit to your identity. It feels like a personal threat and personal attack, which is why you then go and revenge trade, or you go and over trade, or because it feels, you feel it. Losing money in the markets is more than just money. You know, it feels like a threat to your ego. It feels like a threat to you. So then that causes you to then go and make impulsive decisions. But when you change that word loss to expense, it takes the emotion out of it completely. So it's like, no, I didn't take a loss. I just paid an expense. And I had this idea where this was a shower thought. So I was literally in the shower and it just came to me. Why don't I just use the words profit and expense instead of win and loss or winning and losing? So I literally done that. I changed my whole entire trading spreadsheet, my trading journal. I'll even insert some pictures to show that nowhere in my trading shows W or L or winning and losing. The way I describe trades that are successful, profit. Trades that aren't successful, expenses. And by doing so, it literally takes the emotion out of any outcomes. You know, as a trader, as a great trader, you want to be process focused anyways. You don't even want to be thinking about the outcomes. But naturally, because of the years of programming, there's negative associations with losing. So for most people, even when you do make it, and even for the professional traders and traders that are doing well, sometimes losses you can still feel it. Because, you know, your whole lifetime you've been going through, or you've learned that losing's a bad thing. So that's the second thing, is changing the words win and loss, W or L, into P or E, profit or expense. And this links on to the third way that you can change your glasses, change the lenses through which you view trading from, that will help you detach from losses and detach from outcomes, is seeing trading as a business. Literally seeing trading as a business, and every trade you're just doing business. You either profit from the opportunity or you pay an expense to see if the opportunity would work out. And that's literally it. Seeing trading as a business, and you as, you know, the sole trader or whatever, like, you just come to the charts, you open up shop, and you place yourself an opportunity to receive those opportunities. You open up your store to see if any customers come in. And if no customers come in, so be it. You paid the expense of the rent to open up that shop. That's it. It's the same thing with trading. You paid the expense to see if your setup would work out. It didn't. Okay, on to the next one. Like, it's really simple, man. And it's really like doing those two things, changing the words winning and losing to profit or expense, and just seeing trading as a business. Doing those two things literally makes it to the point where there's no such thing as losing in trading, because it's just the cost of doing business. That's literally it. So that's the third way that you can change your glasses so that you can never lose in trading. And this fourth way now is getting into an actual, all of these things are practical, but this is where you can reinforce it on a daily basis, reinforce the fact that there's no such thing as actually losing in trading. It's only a gain out of it. And this fourth way is through visualization. Now, the reason why this is so important is because your mind cannot distinguish the difference between imagination and reality. And this is not me just making up shit. Like, you can search this up there. I'm sure there's scientific articles, and there's a great book on this by a PhD doctor called Dr. Bruce Lipton, and the book is called Biology of Belief, The Biology of Belief or something. I've got the book over there somewhere, but there's a great book on the subconscious mind. There's so many books on the subconscious mind. There's Dr. Joseph Murphy's Power of Your Subconscious Mind. There's Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural, and The Habit of Breaking Yourself, or something like that. What other books do I have? The Master Key by L.W.D. Lawrence. You have, there's hella books, man. I'll probably do another video on books that are like metaphysical or spiritual that help a lot with trading, but your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. So why this is so useful for trading is that before you get into your pre-market analysis, your pre-session charting, you can actually visualize yourself taking losses. And why this is so important and why this is so practical is because whilst you visualize yourself taking losses, the same emotions, the same maybe increased heart rate or muscle tension or shallow breathing will naturally arise because your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. So as you're in that, fight or flight state, or as you're taking that loss in your imagination, then what you do is you manage yourself in that imagination. You diaphragmatically breathe, you relax any muscle tension, you sit back in your chair. All those three things I just mentioned are the three things that you do that will naturally prevent and combat you getting into fight or flight. So what you do is you visualize yourself taking these losses and you imagine yourself reacting to them as a professional would. You imagine yourself just being calm, just taking a loss and it not even affecting you. Taking a loss, and if it's part of your rules, taking a 5-minute break. You literally visualize yourself doing this. And by doing this repeatedly again and again, not only before your trading day, but even before you go to bed, or just doing it constantly, you'll be imprinting into your subconscious mind that losses are not harmful. They don't do anything to you. And you're training yourself and you're training your mind to react to losses in the way that you're doing it in your imagination. So that's a really powerful and effective way of getting to a point where losses no longer derail you and make you, lash out, get angry, and start treating trading as if it's a battle. And shout out to, I believe, Dr. Brett Steenbarger, I believe Dr. Andrew Menneker as well. Those two trading psychologists, absolute legends and goats of the trading space, are where I learned about, this immersion, this performance psychology where you enter a likely situation in your imagination that could happen in trading, and before it even happens in the markets, you train yourself and how you would react to it. You train yourself and how you would execute and how you would control yourself. And I'm sure many athletes and high performing individuals do this, especially in sports. Shout out to Tom Hugard as well, where I started to look, where I heard from him, where he looks at trading as a performance and him as a professional athlete. Doing a lot of those things, seeing trading as a business, seeing yourself as a high performing athlete, it makes trading a lot easier, man. And it makes losing in trading something that doesn't exist. Because if you think about it, like, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Messi, Ronaldo, all these, like, the elite of the elite athletes, I can't imagine them before a game thinking, oh, I don't want to lose, or I want to win. Maybe it's I want to win, but I can't imagine that they're thinking they don't want to lose, or they even focus on the outcome. No, like, they're focused on the process. They're focused on performing the best they can be. They're focused on executing on the coach or the manager's tactics, or they're maybe so in the flow state, like they're not even in I don't even know how to explain it, but they're not even here. Like, they're just in the zone. It's the same thing with trading as well. You just want to get in the zone, and doing this visualization exercise helps you do that, because you imagine yourself performing the best you can possibly be, and then naturally your body reacts to that because your mind is in control of your body. So whilst you're visualizing this, whilst your subconscious mind is picking up on all these ways that you perform, that you handle these losses, you're training yourself to actually do these things. And this links to another book as well that I would highly recommend reading, which is The Inner Game of Tennis by Timothy Galway. And it talks about this so well, and it links the same thing, with sports and trading. It links the same way. Like, in The Inner Game of Tennis, the author talks about self one and self two, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind. And it's the exact same thing. Like, the way he talks about it in the book is getting into a flow state, getting into a state where you do not care about each mistake that you make. You do not care about the exact way to hold the tennis racket. You do not care about, oh, did I hit this shot correctly, or did I lose this point, or like, no, you just allow yourself to your subconscious mind to execute. And by continuously visualizing yourself executing to the best of your ability, then you just, whilst you're trading, you just allow your subconscious mind to do everything for you. Literally. It's like, it's what they call the flow state. And I literally applied this to everything, like not just trading, but calisthenics too. Now I've been doing that for a couple of years, and it's the exact same thing. Before I perform certain skills that are more difficult than the other ones, for example, like handstand push-ups, or like front lever, like these things that are advanced skills, before I do them, I visualize myself doing them perfectly before every single set. I've imagined myself vividly in first person doing them. And since the first time I ever done that, after reading Timothy Galway's book, The Inner Game of Tennis, I saw a massive improvement in not only my execution, but my strength. And I just felt so much more confident because my subconscious mind and my body and everything about me had already done the exercise. It felt like it was second nature because I literally experienced it already. So that's the way that you can come into trading, and theoretically you can lose money, but mentally and emotionally it can never affect you. And if anything, it can make you feel happy, because linking back to my earlier points again, losing is a wonderful thing to gain insights and to gain tips, and yeah, to just gain new insights on not only yourself but your trading. And if it's a fact, or if it's a matter of case where it's just a loss, like it's an A+ setup and it just happens, where guess what, you just had another opportunity to just detach from outcomes. Each time that you take a loss in trading, or you pay an expense, I'm going to say expense from now on, so that you know we're not using the words loss, we're using the words expense from now. Every time you take an expense and you don't react to it, you're literally training yourself to be detached from outcomes. And this is one of the best things you can do as a trader, is to be so focused on the process, so focused on execution, so focused on being self-aware to make sure that you don't enter fight or flight, being so focused on, you know, being in flow with the markets that the outcomes you don't even care about the outcomes. And for the serious traders out there, you already know this, man, like the outcomes are irrelevant. And maybe you may even find, I know this is the case with me, anytime I focus on outcomes, anytime I focus on money or how much money I can make, and I start almost predicting how much I can make, and this, every time that happens, it always results in a mistake or an expense or some sort of execution error. Because the moment you start focusing on outcomes, it's like all the process and the execution goes out the window. It's your process that increases the likelihood of good outcomes. Good process, good outcomes. So as profitable traders, as professional traders, as great traders, as serious traders, you and I have to just continuously focus on the process. The same way professional athletes don't focus on, I want to win this game 5-0 if it's football, for example. No, they focus on, I'm gonna perform the best I can be. I'm gonna execute on the manager's tactics. I'm gonna do my part to make sure my teammates have a great game as well. I make sure I'm doing my part to defend, to attack, to, you feel me? Like, it's the process. We focus on the process, man. So those are the 4 ways that you can change the glasses that you're wearing. Change the lens through which you view trading, the way you view losses. And this is game changing, man. I'm telling you. Like, this may sound like woo-woo, or might sound crazy, or like it's fake, but I'm telling you, like, I generally got to a point where losses don't mean anything to me. Like, I'm so detached from outcomes that I do not give a fuck about them. I swear to God, I do not give a fuck about outcomes. And of course, there's the odd time here and there where I find myself feeling some type of way, or I feel that this slight emotion within me, if it's a win, if it's a profit or an expense. But 95% of the time, I don't feel anything, profit or expense, win or loss. And it comes from having this perspective. It comes from seeing losses as a great thing. It comes from visualizing yourself taking losses before the market and reacting to them appropriately. It comes from seeing losing as a wonderful thing, seeing expenses as a wonderful thing, as an opportunity to grow and learn and evolve and accelerate as a trader. So I hope this video helps, man. Switch them glasses that you're wearing and upgrade the lenses. You feel me? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link a little PDF in the description so that you can write some of this stuff down. Like, what are the beliefs I have about trading? What's the lenses that I'm wearing? Like, what do I even think about losses? Like, what does a loss mean? Like, ask yourself these questions, man, and you'll get to the root. And then you can rewire and change your beliefs and your perspectives and change the glasses that you're wearing so that you can see clearer and see losses, see expenses for what they truly are, which is nothing but an opportunity to grow, learn about yourself, nothing but an opportunity to exercise your detachment, to exercise your neutrality, and nothing, it's just part of the game. You feel me? So yeah, man, change them glasses that you're wearing, fam.